Hey, it's Ray here, and today I want to talk to you about a new product that will allow people like you and me to create animation. Now, I'm not talking about animated text over a video or some sort of PowerPoint presentation that turns into a text animated video. I'm talking about actual animation, characters that move across the screen and do things where you're able to create an entire video with these animated characters, add in voiceovers, even use text-to-speech if you like that sort of thing, and you can do it quickly and easily with simple drag and drop. The product I'm talking about is called VidToon, and I've been using it for the last few days, testing out some of the features, and I want to show you all the features that are inside this program right now. Okay, so here we are inside of VidToons, and I'm going to show you around the software. This is a very fun tool for making animated videos, and it's a little different than the traditional video makers. This really is an animation tool, and you can come in here with a script and build an entire video, or you could just do fun little things, which right now we're just going to show you around and do something fun just to give you an idea of how this works. So just to take a look at this, this is your preview screen here. Down here you have your timeline, which is a little bit different than a traditional video editing timeline, but works fairly similarly, and you'll see why in a minute. Over here you've got your settings, which we'll show you when we bring items in. You can go back, you can minimize the program, or you can exit out completely. And then on the right hand side you have all of your media that you're going to use. So you've got backgrounds, you've got your own gallery where you can upload your own stuff. You've got characters, you've got text to speech or voice recording. You've got text, you can add music, you can save, and you can export your video. So over here, we're going to start with our backgrounds, and we're going to find one that we want to use. You can see there are quite a few in here, and you can always bring in your own backgrounds as well. We're going to choose this octagon one right here because I like this one. We're just going to drag it and drop, and you notice when we drag this, it's going to turn red on the images line because that's where this goes. So we'll drop that in there, and you'll see it shows up inside of the view screen. Now you'll notice it's a lot smaller than the whole background, so what we want to do is we're going to take that and bring it into the upper left-hand corner, and we're going to resize it to fit the screen, just like so. And so now we have a nice background. But we can actually take this even further if we choose to by clicking on this here and making it bigger than the actual screen. And so now we can animate this background. So if we put this background here, we can come up to settings and we can actually make this move. Now inside of here you can see you've got your start time, you've got your duration, you've got your ability to flip this back and forth, which is useful when you're working with characters. You can also change this to a solid color if you choose to. And then down here you can even make it appear and disappear by choosing an appear animation such as right and a disappear such as zoom. Okay? And so when we do that and we hit play on this, you'll see it comes in and then it zooms out. So that allows us to add that nice animation to that. In this case here, we don't want to have that, so we're going to just turn these off, like so. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to show off the Move A to B. So this is a feature that allows you to move something from point A to point B, and it does all the animation for you. So we're going to click on this here, and you'll notice that we've got this flag here in the middle of the screen. Now what this does is this allows us to show how we want to move our animation here. So we grab this flag, we drag it like this, then if we come back to watch our video, watch what happens. Okay? It moves across the screen. Now, of course, we're going to want to make this a lot longer than it currently is. So we're going to bring this back to the beginning, and we're going to stretch this out to 4 or 5 seconds there. And so now, if we play this back, you see it moves it across the screen slower, but it gives it that nice moving effect, which is great for doing the animations. Now, in this case here, we're going to put some characters in here, so I'm actually going to turn this off by just turning off the box here. And now we're going to bring in a character and show you how that works. So right here under characters, you've got all sorts of people from architects to ninjas to boxers and all sorts of different workers that you can bring in and animate. And each of these has a bunch of different animations that they'll do. So we're going to come back up. Since we're in the octagon here, we're going to bring in a ninja. So I'm going to grab this ninja and I'm going to drag it down, and you'll notice that this highlights green because your characters go into the character area of the timeline. Okay, so now we've got our character in here, and if we were to play this back, you're going to see that he kind of pops in and makes an appearance. Okay, boom, just like that. Okay, but we want to do more with our character, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring him in a couple of times, And by the way, they're making an update to this where we don't have to bring in the ninja character multiple times to do things with them. You're going to actually be able to duplicate what you've done and then just keep changing the animations. And I'll show you how that works on changing the animations. So we're going to bring this back to the beginning here. And so now we've got our ninja once again. He's still doing our little pop-in animation. So what we want to do is we want to select him and go to settings. And now we can choose a variety of animations that he does, from explaining things to Gangnam style dancing to being punched, all sorts of animations that we can add to our ninja. So I think in this case here, we're going to make him do a little dance, I think. So or maybe a happy jump. Now we'll make him do Gangnam style. So you can see there he is doing Gangnam style. Now, what we want to do with this is we want to keep him dancing. So we're going to hit the loop button here. And so that's going to keep him dancing. And so you can see right now he keeps on dancing here, and depending upon how far we stretch this out, it's going to just keep him dancing even longer. So we're going to put that right to about there. And again, if we go back and we watch our ninja, he's going to pop in and then dance. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and there's our dance. And so now we want to keep doing this. So what do we want to do with our ninja next? Well, let's bring in another version of our ninja. And this time we're going to drop him here and bring him back in over here. And this time I think we'll make him kick. Okay, so we're going to come down here and we're going to do kicking. Okay, but I'm not going to make this one loop, so I'm going to make him kick and stop. Of course, our clip is pretty short, so he may be kicking through that entire thing anyway. But we can always make that longer by doing this here. And so now if we hit play from here, you can see he does his kick and then he stops. And so now what we're going to do is we're also going to have him run. And so I'm going to bring him in here one more time. I'm going to drag this over again. I'm going to drag this out to the end, and this time we're going to have him run off the screen. So we're going to select him. We're going to go to settings. We're going to come down here again, and this time we're going to do the ninja run. There it is. Okay. And again, we're going to loop this one so he keeps running. And obviously right now he's running in place. Well, we don't want him to run in place, do we? We want him to move across the screen at this point. So again, we're going to click the move A to B, and there's our little flag. We're going to take our flag and we're going to drag it out so that he runs across the screen. And so now if we play this back, you'll see, there he goes. He runs across the screen. And now we've got this full animation that we've created in just a few moments. So let's take a look at it. Nothing special here, but it's kind of cool. He does his dance, he's going to kick, and then he's going to run away. And so that's our little ninja animation. Now, obviously, if you're making a video for a company like a car dealer or a car repair shop or a dentist, you're going to use the things in here to really make a nice video following a script. And you can see that in some of the demos that we have below that kind of show you how they do that with the different scenes, because our ninja runs off here. So what we could actually do now is let's make our ninja run off the screen a little more here. Okay, so he's going to run off the screen. There he goes, right off the screen. And so now we could actually have him show up in a different scene. So now if we go back to backgrounds, well, there's a boxing one in here. So maybe he leaves the octagon and he heads into the boxing ring, which is right here. So we can grab the boxing ring and drag that in as a background, just like so. Once again, we'll stretch this out to the end. And now we can resize this and fit it onto the screen, just like we did before. And so now we could take our ninja, and this time we could have him run in from the side of the screen. Okay? So we're going to come back here, and we're going to find our ninja once again by hitting characters, dragging our ninja in just like so. And so now our ninja is going to run into the other scene. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch this out a little bit. And we're going to animate our ninja by putting in the ninja run again. There it is. We're going to loop that one more time. And now we're going to do the A to B again. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to be having him run this way, but we're going to have him kind of stop. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ninja and we're going to drag him right off of the screen. And don't worry that you're seeing the octagon right now. It just shows the background of whatever you're on when you're working with it, but he's actually on the other background. So if we come over here, we drag this back, we're going to hit play, he's going to run off the screen, and now he's going to run into this screen. Pretty cool, right? And that's how you can get this stuff going. So now we know that our ninja is right there in the center of the screen, And so what we can do is we can then add our ninja in again and have him do more things. So let's grab our ninja. We'll drop him in here. And of course, we want to move him more to the center where he ended up last time. And we'll double check that in a few moments. We'll stretch this out. And so now we can have our ninja do something else, like maybe he's going to do, oh, let's see. He's going to do some punching. Okay, we'll loop that as well. And we'll actually bring this back to here, because now what we're going to do is we're going to bring him in one more time, drop him into here, and we're going to have him disappear. Because there's a really cool disappear thing that he does that we're going to put in there. So we're going to drag him out here, and now we're going to come to settings, and this time we're going to come in here, and we're going to see he disappears in the cloud of smoke somewhere in here. Actually, right at the top. Yeah, there he is. So we're going to have him disappear. Boom. Poof, gone. Okay? And so now let's look at our entire animation that we've made here, see if we did it right. There may be some adjustments we need to make, but he's going to pop in here. He's going to do his little dance. He's going to throw a few kicks. He's going to run away. He's going to run into the new scene. And he's going to start punching. And then he's going to disappear. Well, obviously the disappear thing, we need to adjust that a little bit. But you get the idea here. So let's go back over to our disappear. And of course, we want to make him disappear in the right place. So we're going to take him and we're going to drag him over a little bit. Okay. Come back here. Boof. There he goes. So we need to move him down into the yellow a little bit. Just like so. Okay. And so now if we play this back, he's going to do his boxing and then poof. So it's not perfectly in the right spot. So we'll want to adjust that a few times just to make sure we get it correct. But once we do, we're going to have a nice animation there. And of course, we may want to increase this because the poof kind of gets cut off. So if we click this button here, you'll see it's going to add to our timeline. You'll notice that in our timeline, it's stretching out here. So now we can grab this and we can stretch it out a little further. We can stretch this out a little further. And go back and hit play. Poof. So we still probably want to add a little bit more to that. So again, we'll hit our plus button. We'll hit it a few times here. Stretch that out. Okay. And we'll bring this out here. Just like so. And so now we'll make him poof disappear. Bring this over into here. Again, we're going to move him just a tiny bit there. So let's hit play and see how that works. Kicking, yeah, punching, and poof, he disappears. So not too bad for just a couple of minutes. And again, you can tweak this until it becomes exactly what you want. And you can do some really cool stuff with this and have a lot of fun creating some nice animations. Now, a couple of things that you can do with this, you can, of course, take your characters and make your characters bigger as well. So, for instance, let's go back to one that we can see here where he's punching. So if you wanted to resize the characters, you could do that. So you can make him nice and big, just like so. Okay. Now, obviously, that's going to mess up our animation, so we want to do that with all of the characters with that. We want to do that with all of them, but now we could come in here and we could have him face the other direction. So now he's punching the bag. So very easy to set all of this up. And like I said, when you're creating a video for an actual business, you'll have a progression that you want to do. For instance, in the demo, they have a person driving in a car and the car's going real slow and jumpy, and then it shows them pulling into and talking to a mechanic in front of the mechanic's shop. And so you can really build some cool things with that. So in addition to that, you can also add in your voice or text-to-speech. And the way you do that is just by dragging this in here. So if you drag in the voice, you can actually go to settings and you can record, stop, play, or delete your recording. You can also set the start and duration times and the volume as well. And if we get rid of this, we can also do text-to-speech. Dragging that in here. Okay. Hitting settings, and then in here, if you've got a Google API, you can add that in here. There's directions on exactly how to do that. And then you can use the Google text-to-speech, or you can use the built-in stuff here. So if you have built-in voices, you can use those there as well. But the Google Voice, very, very good stuff. So you definitely want to follow the instructions and set that up for your text-to-speech if you're going to use that. Again, you can add in all of your own gallery stuff. So if you want to bring in things, you can just pull them in from here. You can also add text to your videos. So that would be done just by dragging the text into the video. So wherever we want it, maybe we want it near the end here. And so now we can come in and we can go to settings and we can add whatever we want. You can see right here, it says text goes here. We can make that bigger. Okay, we can come in and we can change the text on that to whatever we want. We can change the alignment. We can change the size, just like that. Okay, so all this is done nice and easily, and we resize this here to fit everything in. Your text goes here, boom. And then just like with anything else, you can still do all of your animations with this. You can also do backgrounds. So if we wanted to add a background to this, we can come in here, and we definitely don't want that color though. So we change that to maybe, let's do a white background, so just like that. So again, we can resize this. We can move the whole thing. Your text goes here. And then we can, once again, we can do an A-B move if we want. Okay. We can change the background height. We can also add in the different types of animations. And so if we go back now to here, hit play, boom. Text goes here, and then the text will disappear, just like that. So nice and easy to be able to add in all of your text there. You can also add in music. So if we want to do music, we would come in here, and we can listen to these. That's perfect. So we're going to take that, and we're going to drag that into here. Okay, and we can bring it back to the beginning. So it starts at the beginning. If we can stretch this out. We can take our text right here, and we can actually make our text a little shorter so it goes out sooner. So now we have our very strange little video that we've made here, but still kind of fun. Let's drag this back to the beginning here. And we'll play our little weird ninja video where he jumps in size and everything else. So let's just play it. Okay, so there he is. He's going to do his little dance. He kicks. The music starts. He runs off. Suddenly he's going to grow. Whoa, he got big. Then he's going to shrink back down. Boom. And so you can see, there we go. All of that working in harmony. Obviously, if you're going to create one that makes a little more sense. But in this case, I just wanted to show you some of the tools that are in there. And so the result of that is to have a video that's a little bit strange. But hopefully you get the idea and you can make something really cool with a script that actually makes sense. Once you're done with this, of course, you can save this. You can also export it. So if we were to save it here, we would just give it a name. This one's called Test 2, so we can save that. Exporting, we click here. Once again, we can choose where we want to export this out to, and we can just export it right to there. So we would call this Crazy Ninja. Okay, and then you can see the video files. Okay, and then you hit export, and boom, it's going to make your video for you. And in just a couple minutes on your hard drive, you'll have your video. All right, so there you go. That's VidToon. As you can see, it's very easy to create videos using this animation tool. So who is this really for? Well, anybody that wants to make a video but maybe can't get out right now and shoot a video with a client, you can create an animated video very quickly and very easily using the tools that are built into VidToons. And as I showed, it's very quick and easy to do so, where you just drag and drop your characters in, add in your voiceovers or your text-to-speech, add in some music, export your video, and boom, you're ready to go. This is a game changer when it comes to creating animation. So if you're ready to start creating animation for your projects, well, all you have to do is click the link down below this video. And of course, if you want to see the great bonuses that we have, you can scroll down the page and check all of those out. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm glad to answer those, and we'll see you on the inside.